Hey, what's going on, everybody out there on the internet? Blind Smoker coming at you today, smoking my newly acquired Meerschaum Claw pipe. Currently have Frog Morton on the Bayou loaded up. I'm making this video today to show a couple things that I've got, which were already in another video, and ask you some questions and give you an opportunity to talk about either what you have, what you suggest, or something along those lines. So this was my first pipe. It's a Briar. I haven't smoked out of it in quite some time now because I moved on to a couple other pipes since that time. One of them being this yellow bowl, and the other one being a corn cob or a cob pipe that I just do not like. The other one was a $10 Amazon special that lasted about a dozen or so smokes, maybe a little less than that, and it cracked on me, and it's useless. I took my first tools with me to an outing, meaning that I took my check tool with me and a fairly inexpensive pipe lighter, $12. I don't know if that's inexpensive or not, but I took that with me. Well, I had them in a compartment in the side of my lawn chair. I didn't think about them, and whenever I got ready to pack up and leave, the check tool and my lighter fell out. One of my friends found the check tool, the other friend found my pipe lighter. He had some personal things going on, and we haven't been able to get back together for me to get that lighter back yet to show you on this video what it looks like and stuff. So between the time that I lost that lighter and the time that I got the one I'll show you in a second, I just been using a Bic. I got one sitting over here, but you guys know what a Bic lighter looks like. And then when I got my pipe and my new tool, I also picked up this nice lighter right here. I really like it. It's a nicely weighted lighter. It lights really nice. I showed this in another video that if I tip this front down, and the only other really, I guess, accessory that I have is this single pipe stand. I use that mostly so that whenever I sit this pipe down to talk to you on videos, or I need it to cool off in between, you know, because I'm smoking like a freight train and it's getting too hot, I put it in that stand. I'm going to start with pipes, or excuse me, pipes. Yeah, that looks like a pipe, doesn't it? I'm going to start to talk a little bit about lighters for a minute. And I'm looking out the garage door because somebody looks like they're going to try to come here, and I don't know who it is. So I may be pausing the video here in a minute and getting back to you. I don't know yet. At any rate, this is a butane lighter. Now, be prepared one time when I'm talking about this to call it a propane lighter because they sound too much alike, and that's probably what I'm going to call it. But when I picked this up, and I said something to the guy about there being enough in there, he said that he sold two different kinds of butane. Does it make a difference? I don't know enough about lighter fluid or butane or whatever to know the difference. Maybe this is something that other people have questions about, or if you know that one kind of butane is better than another, let everybody know. I know that I've heard and read and watched videos that it's not a good idea to use a Zippo lighter or any kind of a liquid fluid lighter to light tobaccos, because it can get that chemical smell or taste in the tobacco, almost kind of like a gasoline, well, like a lighter fluid smell. So you either want a lighter that has what I call a yellow flame and it's not blue, or a good old match. You want to let it burn for a second, I guess, to burn the sulfur off of the match, and then light your pipe. And then they recommend for cigars that you do use a torch lighter, so that you can, they call it a roast. You roast the end of the cigar before you smoke it. So this was another lighter that I had picked up a little while back, and it's a triple torch, and that makes it nice for your larger diameter cigars that you smoke. You can roast it a little bit quicker and more evenly. So right now I have what I believe to be 3 usable pipes. My meerschaum, which I'm going to use religiously. I don't know when I'm going to get back to my briar pipe or back to the yellow bowl. In the meantime, I may acquire another pipe or 2. Hopefully more meerschaums, if budget allows. An ashtray is an ashtray is an ashtray for the most part. Forgive me, because I'm going to show you one that's pretty nasty. I haven't really cleaned it much. But I did invest in this ashtray here off of Amazon just because I thought it was kind of neat. And of course I got a cork knocker in it that I bought at the local tobacco store and stuck it in there. It's on there with like a double-sided tape type or adhesive. I have a very nice custom-made wooden ashtray coming. This guy does phenomenal work. I got a sneak peek at the finished ashtray today. He didn't send me very many pictures. I don't think I'm going to post that photo in with this video. I'm going to wait and do an unboxing or a reveal or whatever when I get that. So, talk a little bit about your accessories, your advice on what kind of lighter that you prefer to use, things kind of along that subject matter. And then somewhere in the video here, just about the time I'm talking about it now, I'm going to post a picture of a cabinet that I got from a friend of mine. It is, I don't know all the terminology for the ways that wood gets finished, whether it's stained or varnished or what it is. I believe it's just stained, because I think varnish is typically kind of a sheen type of finish on it. I'm going to keep it the way that it looks on the outside. That doesn't bother me at all. The inside doesn't bother me, but where I'm going to place the cabinet, it's not going to get a lot of light, and I want to be able to see into it pretty well. So the plan is to take just the inside part of the box cabinet, and I'm going to paint it an antique white color. Really good. Really enjoying this one, this bowl. Earlier today I had my Blood Red Moon in there from Colt, and that's always amazing too. Most of my videos I'm only going to be smoking probably one of a couple of different tobaccos for a little while, trying to smoke up my stock a little bit before I order more. So the cabinet has almost like a, I want to call it a suspended shelf, but it's not suspended. You'll see it in the picture in a minute. There's 3 sections at the top, I figure that'll be a good place to put a few cans of tobacco or tins, maybe extra things that I have that I'm not using at the moment, and then I'll leave that bottom section. What I'm trying to do is either purchase or preferably have a pipe stand made for me. I'm not sure. Like I said, the outside of the cabinet is going to remain stained. The inside of the cabinet is going to be painted an antique white. I'm not sure what color or finish or what the pipe stand will look like when it's finished. It doesn't really make a big difference, because I don't imagine that cabinet's going to be the last cabinet that I ever own. As time goes on, I hope to graduate to a larger cabinet, having more pipes, more tobacco, more of everything, I guess, if you will. You know how people are, especially when it comes to men and their pipes and stuff. Too much is never enough. Now, I don't know how many of you are going to watch this video that lost my train of thought for a second. When you when you comment on a video on YouTube, if you include any kind of a link to a website, whether it be to another video on YouTube, a website, an email address, something that turns it into a clickable link, then in my case, let's say you make that comment on my video, it'll send me an email letting me know that you sent it, and then I have to get on the computer, go into the area where I can screen that particular comment, because it's going to automatically go into my spam. As far as I know, that's the way it is for all YouTube users. I don't believe that you can go onto anybody's YouTube and post a link and it not go into their spam folder. Man, I know. How many times have I said it? I'm really enjoying it, right? So there's some of you guys on YouTube that I would like to make a video for in talking about some things. There's one particular gentleman here on YouTube who I watched several of his videos, probably about 8, maybe 10, and always talking about meerschaums a lot. No, he talks about many other things too, but what I mean is he'll have, in all 8 of the particular videos that I watched, meerschaum pipes was probably about 80% of what he talked about or more in that video. So if I wanted to make a video and let him know that he was kind of the inspiration, or that I had learned a lot from him talking about meerschaums, and he helped me make my decision, then I wouldn't have any way to give him this link on his YouTube where he could see it unless I send it to him in a message. So what I did was I sent him a message. Let me back up. I commented on his video. I said, "Do you ever read your messages?" And I'm waiting to see if he comments back in public on that. I sent him a private message on YouTube about, hey, if I want to make a video and send it to you, are you going to click on the link and stuff like that? Because I don't want him to think I'm a bot or a spammer or trying to solicit him or whatever the case might be. So to those of you who are watching my video and you post videos, you're not just one of the people that comes on to watch videos, and that's fine. Don't I just meant how do you handle receiving links, and do they go into your spam folder automatically too? So kind of wondering about that. So beating a dead horse, I'm also going to throw in the description down below, there will be a link to my giveaway, which is coming up. I knew if I didn't have the calendar open I would forget. If you watch the video, it'll give you the details about when the drawing is and how easy it is to enter. All you have to do is leave a comment on the video to be eligible to win a prepaid Visa card. In that particular video, I talk about adding a secondary or a second place item for giveaway. I've been eyeballing a pipe to give away. My videos are, as you can tell from looking at my screen here, the blind smoker, and it has a lot to do with pipes, but I also smoke cigars. Some people come to my channel and my videos because of other things that I've done in the past when I was doing fire sticks and talking about my being legally blind and some of the accessories that I use to help me see things. So I have people come into my channel from all different areas. I do videos for my employer about detailing automobiles and vehicles, and so a lot of people come to my channel for different reasons. They're not necessarily here to smoke pipes or talk about pipes or tobacco and that subject there. So in my giveaways, I'm going to try to give away at least one non-smoker, non-tobacco item. That way it is less concentrated on one particular group of people, and it's more, what's the word I'm looking for? I hate that. I'll be thinking about it and then I'll talk, then I lose that train for a minute. Something that almost anybody can use, like the prepaid Visa. You know, okay, a 15-year-old kid probably doesn't really need it or can use it, I guess, you know, or whatever. But you know, adults can use it and whatever like that. And it's good for store purchases, online purchases, whatever. So that makes it a very, it's like me handing you cash money and you can do whatever you want, just the same as you do with cash. You need to be a YouTube user. You need to be registered with YouTube in order to leave comments on videos. Otherwise, I think you might be able to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you're not a member. It's pretty sad. I've been a member of YouTube for years and I can't remember all that stuff because I am a member and I don't have to worry about, okay, well, you're not a member, so you can't click on this or you can't click on that. Something that I'd like to figure out too when it comes to the giveaways, I have people that are in other countries that watch, and sometimes it's not practical to send an item overseas to them depending on what it is. What I think I might do is try to make it open to, I don't know, PayPal users, I guess. In a case where I say, okay, you know, I'm giving away this prepaid Visa, which right now you guys don't know how much that is. When I reveal the winner, I will talk about the value of that card, and then what I should do is take that same dollar amount, and if you were somebody that lived overseas or would rather have that dollar amount in your PayPal account so that you get it instantly, or because you can use it online, I should just say, okay, I'll match it. So if you win and I'm just making this number up, it's not necessarily the value of this card I have. If it's a $50 Visa card and you say, okay, I would rather have it in my PayPal, then I can send you a personal amount for $50, and then you could use it the way you want. But anyway, I didn't want to make this video too much about giveaways and that kind of stuff. I just kind of wanted to get ideas and suggestions and have you guys talk about accessories, what you use with your pipes. One thing I didn't ask about, and I've heard people talk about, and that is waxing your pipe. What's on the outside of them? Some people talk about, I believe it's olive oil. Some people use different kinds of waxes. I've also heard where if you're a hot smoker like I am, and if you hold your pipe a certain way, that you can leave finger impressions and fingerprints on the pipe, because essentially what happens is the pipe gets so hot that the oils from your fingers burn that impression into your pipe. Well, this isn't always going to necessarily be pristine and a showpiece and stuff like that. And the way my fingers usually sit, my fingers underneath the claw down here, and these two fingers usually hold the two claws up on top. So I feel the least amount of heat from the bowl, meaning that I don't think I have to worry much about leaving fingerprints on my pipe, and if I do, I'm not real worried about it. But when I get other meerschaums in the future, they may not have all of this extra material on the outside to protect the bowl from my fingers and act as a spacer. Something else too that seems to be a big conversation for meerschaum users is coloring, or maybe the aging process of the meerschaum, and trying to get them, or appreciating them when they start to I'm going to use the term tan or brown, and some of them actually will get black along the brim or the rim of the bowl here. Some guys want it done that way. I was told, I watched a video that back many years ago, I don't know if it was royalty or who it was, but these high up people would smoke their pipes, and that the more colored and aged it looked, the more distinguished, I guess, you looked. So because they had money and they had power, they had other people smoke their pipes for them. So the pipe was being smoked almost 24 hours a day by different people just to get it to age faster, or to look more aged quicker. I guess it's kind of like two men sitting there and they're trying to grow out their beards, and I don't know if they necessarily want to go for a grade look or whatever, then it makes them feel and look like they're more distinguished than the other one who's struggling to grow. And it's a very bad thing that I mention that, only because I don't like this. I've just been lazy and haven't shaved it yet, and I've been enjoying my few days off. I have to work 5 days next week, which I'm thankful for, and I appreciate my boss giving me extra hours next week. I'm going to wrap up. I've talked about most of the things that I wanted to talk about in this video. It gets to be such a mishmash sometimes that people are like, well, he didn't really stay on topic, and we didn't know what was going to happen from 1 minute to the next. He's shifted around talking about this and that. I do that a lot, whether it's a video or a conversation with somebody, speaking on the phone. That's just how I've been most or all of my life. I fibbed. One more thing. I don't have a man cave that's worth doing a little tour and taking the camera around and showing you different things, but some guys do. I'm sitting in the garage. My garage is just like in most people's garages. It's full of all of our excess stuff and junk, and it's not like it's decorated, and I've got posters of sports figures behind me or beer steins or whatever like that. My computer sits right here. That's what I shoot my videos on. I have a drop cloth behind me so that it hides my U-Haul boxes and all my storage crap on these shelves behind me. Off to my left over here, I have a large TV set sitting here with a cable box. That's where I did my Fire Stick work, and I can watch TV out here, and then at a pretty good sized air purifier sitting next to me to try to help eat some of the smoke. I had a fairly nice desk. In my opinion, it's a used steel desk. It's called a tanker desk. I enjoy it a lot. Nice roller bearings and stuff in the drawers. When I bought this desk, I didn't pay a lot for it. I think I gave like $60. And I call this a lap drawer right here above my legs that you slide out. It's kind of shallow, and you put little stuff like pencils and stuff that's only about that deep or that tall that'll fit in there. The lock I didn't have a key for it. Took it to the locksmith not too far from me, and it took him about less than 10 minutes to make me a key. So I see it kind of pointless to really give a tour or show everybody everything that I got going on in my little area of the garage here, but some of you kind of have a rather nice setup, and some of us would like to see that. It's not something you have to do or whatever, but I think if I had a nice little man cave that I could have dedicated to my pipe smoking and stuff like that, and I had some nice little knickknacks and stuff or whatever, I think I'd like to do a little video tour and say, here's what my little space looks like. Not because I'm trying to show it off and act like I'm better than somebody, but wow, I don't know if that came out very good or not. I think you know what I mean, though. Some guys will invite their buddies over and show them something, whether it's their new boat, their new car. I don't know. It could be any number of things. Well, I don't drive. I certainly don't need to be operating a boat. And your vision is bad like mine, and you can't do some things. There are things that I do like to talk about that I really enjoy. Using a 27-inch iMac, which was in my life, it's a very substantial piece of equipment. I've had it since 2009, and I hope at the beginning of next year to buy a new one. This one has been repaired a few times, and I think it's just a matter of time before it poops out on me. So much for that 10 minutes ago when I said my video was almost done. But I do hear the train crossing a little ways down, which means the train's going to be coming through in a minute, blowing its horn and making it difficult to hear me. There it goes. So I'm going to wrap up. Think about some of the things that you've heard me talk about in the video, and please make your comments. I thank you for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I'm going to try to speak before he blows his horn again. He might be finished. Okay, he's fading away now. Anyway, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. I appreciate your comments, and share my videos. And that's going to do it for me today. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching.